Now there's sound. Here we go again. Yeah, I had my mic turned off. Trying to save on them batteries. What am I gonna do? But um, yeah, super informal. Just gonna hang with you guys. Brendan had asked about the Lords of Power line that's coming out. I know Lords of Power stuff is already in the Origins line, but I'm gonna look them up real quick, see what I can find. Oh, okay. I see. Uh, yeah, these look dumb. These look dumb. But I'll show them. I'll show them on the stream here, just so you can see how dumb I think they are. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. So here we go. There we go. This is what was revealed. Um, it's you know, whatever. I don't care. I don't care at all. At all. Not even a little bit. Um, they look dumb. There you go, Brendan. That's what I feel about these figures. I don't care. I don't care at all. They're not in Origins. They're not done by Mattel, from what I can see. Yeah, no, it's dumb. It looks stupid. Granted, I probably would have said the same thing about like Remco stuff or knockoff Motu stuff, even though I had some of it as a kid. Um, but what do you know? So you go. Yippee! Yeah, because the sound works now, right? Bjorn doing Godzilla's work. He's like, any other figures anyone's looking for? He's really getting into this like fighting stuff thing. That's awesome. He's good. And also, if you need a Castle Grayskull, there's like 6 of them at his target. I mean, granted, they're getting spread out pretty well across the board, but um, you know, he's got some where he's at, and no one's buying them for whatever reason. Ah, yes, yes, yes. No worries, man. I'm not sure how I feel about it. There's no point to them. If Mattel's not doing them, I don't care. I don't mess with any Motu figures outside of the Mattel Origins line. Like I won't even touch Masterverse stuff. Like if I wasn't doing Origins, I would collect Masterverse stuff. But for me, Mattel's cool. Um, yeah, they're real late to the game, Wolfie. Definitely. I like Sunman. Sunman's well, he's part of the line now, so it's like when that retail release comes out, I'm jumping on that. Oh, and my was it Wave 6? Let me look. 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 I got notification that my Origins Mosquitor and my Wave 6 um, is on the way. So I'll be getting these boys and girls shortly. So you got Stinkor and LOP Beastman, and the reason I'm getting him primarily is because he was the only way to get the other figures because the individual pre-orders had sold out. So, and getting them in the package, they're a bit cheaper, and I was like, retail complete, fine. And the more I look at them, the more I think, oh, there's some cool kit bashing I could do with this figure and stuff. So, I was definitely down for that, and then also, of course, Mosquitor. So I'll show you him if you haven't seen him recently, because he's a good looking, like really well done figure for sure. So this is your Mosquitor action figure. Got 2 heads, bunch of accessories with blood stuff, and that's a good looking dude right there. It's a good looking dude. Can't wait to get him in my hot little hands. Now with this word that we got today, we're gonna have that much more storage space in here, as well as we got a storage unit specifically for stuff we're not using in the immediacy. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have that kind of stuff. Daniel Dorian, welcome, says, don't really like knockoffs. They're usually shit. I mean, usually. There is some stuff out there. Ian Sweeney says, I'm curious about people's thoughts about the second wave Mandalorian Ritual collection figures. I think they have their place in the line. I like them. But it's something where I'm like, I think they have their place. And I think that keeping things unified is smart. Jordan Organ says, the next package I send you is going to be a complete surprise, not telling you anything that's in it. I dig it. I appreciate that, man. That'd be cool. You never have to send me anything. No one ever has to send me anything when they come, and especially when they're surprises. I love it. I love the surprise. It's really cool. Jim Largo says, do I think that the Origins Grayskull will be too small for Masterverse? Doubt they'll make a Masterverse version. Short answer is yes. I think it's way too small. Because if I don't have them handy, I wish I did. But if you just look at like this, like how tall the Masterverse figures are, they're like a 7.5 inch figure. To one of these guys is 5.5 to 6. I don't think it would work. But once we get everything settled, it was within like a week and a half or so, and I can access things a little bit easier, I'll do a comparison for you so you can see. Because the Origins Castle Grayskull just fits the Origins line, which, as you would. But Masterverse is quite a bit taller, and it just wouldn't look right, I don't think. So I think that you're kind of screwed if you want Masterverse stuff, which I can understand you especially wanting those over the Origin stuff, and wanting a Castle Grayskull. I don't think it's ever going to happen. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news. James Salzberg, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I'm happy they went after Sunman. Olmec had good products for these, and their later Bronze Bombers. Yeah, I hope they get the whole line in, because you're right. They had some really cool stuff in that line, and to have them, on brand with Origins is just really smart move. Yes, Mosquito came out in Motu 86. He was one of the later release figures, and not a lot of people took to him at the time. But between just being an oddity, being hard to find, so he has like a reputation in the collector world. I think is certainly it's a good addition to the line for sure. Kieran Ball says Wave 6 already sold out in the UK. With these figures selling for a minimum of $4 each on eBay. Because these are just making it to, I pre-ordered these when they were announced. I'm just now getting them, and people have been getting them for about a month and a half. I would have confidence they're going to be restocked in other markets, man. So just hold tight. So Daniel Lawrence says, okay, I came across an unsealed but unused LGN Thundercats layer on eBay for £6,000. That's insane. That's a lot of daggone money for something that brittle. What? Bjorn Jorgen says, I pre-ordered the Cartoon Turtles from loyal subjects. Fair enough. Those heads bother me. Those heads just bother me. But if you're down with it, those look like good figures otherwise. But hey, so I keep trying to find a local Aussie Origins Grayskull. Shipping from US doubles the price. Yep. Find myself heading towards completest Origins collector rather than just key figures. Yeah. I'll take some of the heat on that. Because I'm always saying, retail complete. And it's something that I'm starting to wrestle with a little bit too. In as much as not having the space to just play with them is really starting to wear on me. I rewatched my Motu Origins Wave 1 overview, and I was just like, oh, man. Oh, that was the most figures I'd had out of bags when I wasn't actively bagging figures ever. I've never had that many figures in one place. Most I've ever had out is 4, other than that. And having even more than 3 figures just to play with, it was just like, I just have He-Man and Skeletor here, and I pose them every single day. That's why you see Instagram pictures from time to time with a little story about their pose, because I just can't stop playing with them. So it's like, Can't wait. Can't wait. The Thundercats layer was complete, and the box of parts was still a pack of seal. I mean, I think that should fetch a premium price of maybe $1,000, like 1,000 pounds at most, and even that is just it's crazy. But I kind of feel like at this point within Thundercats, and I'm not an expert, that layer in that condition is about as sought after as a Eternia for collectors of that line. So I get it. I just don't like it. Walmart has all that dumb crap you like. Gojatron says, speaking of O2, thoughts on Rental Part 2 trailer pretty much reveal the entire plot. That's why I don't reveal the trailer. I don't watch the trailers. I don't watch trailers at all. If I can avoid it, I don't watch them. Haven't seen the trailer. I want to be surprised. I want to watch the show and just let it go. Because I'm not going to form a complete opinion on Revelation until I've seen the second part and see where it goes. I have a prediction on what's going to happen in my head, but I'm just going to let the story take me where it goes. I think that there's still potential that it'll be pretty good. I don't feel it was badly done, but I also feel like, well, if you like the old series, then that old series is always going to be there, and no one can take that away from you. So the fact that this exists also, like when they re-released the Mustang, it doesn't change the fact that classic Mustangs are still classic, right? So I don't know. That's just me. Okay, so you're looking at Manny Faces, Clamp Champ, Stingor, Web Store. Yeah, I haven't even seen Stridor on pre-orders yet. I haven't even seen it on BBTS. I can't find them yet. Daniel says, you're right. It's my holy grail place. I'd be willing to pay at least $1,000 if I can afford it. There you go. So, like, there's a certain degree of, ooh, but 8,000? Like, come on. Bjorn says, I want to be disappointed like everyone else when they see Revelation. You know. Fuller. What's up, Connor Fuller? How you doing, brother? Wolfie says, I'm still butthurt over the vintage collection Mando with the Beskar that had the kid and the ice cream bucket Waifu exclusive. Walfu. I thought you were saying Waifu. I was like, what's Japanese about it? Never saw one in the store. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that so much of what's coming out would be that much better if there were no retail exclusives of any kind. I understand that's not how the industry works. I realize that there's things in place, that there's certain things you've got to do. I miss big box toy stores. I think if there were big box toy stores, life would be a lot easier for us at this point. Brenda says, I did buy a vintage Night Stalker recently. Nice. Now I have one vintage Motu figure and 2 vintage vehicles. Yeah, when it comes to vintage Motu vehicles, there's a couple I'm looking at. Like, I don't think they're going to do a Roton, and I don't think they're going to do an attack track. And attack tracks are still relatively inexpensive for what they are. So when the dust settles a bit from Action Force and stuff, that's going to be on the short list of stuff to get. And then like the Dragon sled thing, I want one of them, especially after seeing Dave fix one and how easy they are to fix. Like, I'm like, bro, I gotta have one of them. I always wanted one as a kid, never got one. That was one of the ones that got away, so to speak. Certainly wanted them there. Well, turns out that Susan's job actually allows paid time off, and she didn't know that. She's been working with a hurt neck and shoulder, and she's like, "I have PTO. I didn't know I had PTO." She's going to come home and rest up. So she might come home before the stream's over. I doubt it. I don't plan to be left too long, but yeah, the Roton, which I did have. It's a great looking vehicle. It's simple, but it looks cool with a figure in it. Um, Brendan Hinn said, I also consider a vintage Roton and the attack track. Saw them again as a kid. Never had one. Yeah, I had a attack track as a kid. Never had the battle ram, which is the sky sled plus the thing. So I might get one of them. I might get the vintage uh, battle ram, just to have the whole thing. Wolfie says no exclusives. That'd be awesome compromise for exclusives that would bring back KB and Toys R Us and let them handle it. Living a fan. Yeah, I feel like I really believe that it's something where GameStop's trying to poise themselves as like a one-stop shop for all things nerd because they bought out ThinkGeek, and if they would stop with they would GameStop with the little stores and just go to like 2 or 3 big stores per market, if they would get bigger space and really, really dig into the toys and market that way, like be like video games, toys, like start to become a real, like truly big box, I think they could do it. I don't see them doing it. I think that would be the way to save them in a big way. Because I would love to go to just a big box store where it's just toys and video games and not like a mom and pop. Just to be able to grab something off the shelf. I miss that feeling. I like going to mom and pop toy stores a lot, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Brendan's got to go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take care, man. You be safe. I love you. Love you very much, brother. Daniel says the downfall of LGN is very interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely in the retro gaming community as well. Oh yeah, that horrible video games, man. Huge reputation for that, and it's they did a lot of toys for a long time. But I never bought an LGN toy. I was like, oh, this is great. They were always, in my opinion, kind of subpar across the board. Like they never did anything that was like, oh, this is perfect. Never, in my opinion. Pum, 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 pum. So hope everyone's having a good Monday. Hope you're having a fun start to your week. And I knew that unboxing was going to stir up some stuff, and people would want to have a discussion. On top of the fact that people are accustomed to me live streaming on Mondays, I wanted to do something special. So here we are. And then Wednesday is going to be like that traditional Toy Grinds Live experience with Carl Coachitron. And big thanks to him for making that work. So I'm grateful to everyone for being flexible and patient and understanding. I still have to do something for Thursday. I haven't decided what. I have about 4 or 5 videos that I could do. And there's one that Largo keeps asking me to do, and I need to. He's right. I need to do it. I'm not going to say what, because if I tell you, you're like, it's pretty cool. And it I don't know. I don't want to make the stream about what video I'm going to do this week. I got to figure it out. I got to go through a few boxes here and figure out what I want to do, and I think I know what I'm going to do, as long as I can just pull them all. She said, do it. Well, yeah, I got to find them. Like the one of yours that you sent, he's like up in the closet. I gotta dig all that shit out, because like the closet is just, I can't even describe it. And then the other ones are in one of these bins here, which that won't be so hard to get out. I gotta find that third one. When I find that third one, then I can do it, and it should be a relatively easy video to make. But I have to get certain things out of here because they don't need to be here. They need to be in storage. I need to reclaim my closet. Once I can reclaim my closet, I can get to that box because it's stuck behind like 900 things, and then I'll be all right. So probably tomorrow, I'm gonna actually make all that happen. Susan will be off work, and it'll. I don't have to. Like, there's nothing she has to do that I'm aware of that's gonna like. I have to wait till this is done for this to happen. And I only have one. Double check here. Yeah, I've only got one work obligation tomorrow. So once that's done, probably take a few loads over to the storage and get that the bulk of that stuff done. Then I can presumably maybe even film that tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not promising nothing. Let's try. Daniel says it's funny because when LGN started publishing games, the toy was starting to decline because of Intertech toy guns made in it. Yep, I remember those. I had them. I remember when they were black, and then they had the second wave, which was like the one I got was like red with like neon blue splashed on it. It's not a big deal. It's not a real gun. Like that was a whole thing. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, it can, but that would be a relatively simple one to do. Because it is just the 3 items, and I know where they are, and I have to clear that closet out anyway. So if I can, that's what I wanna do. I would like to be able to do that. And then once everything is actually settled, that's when I'll get into Motu Wave 2 and 3. I'll probably do those in the same week. Like just do 2 videos that week to start to catch up because we're at Wave 6 already, and I gotta want to get it done. Now, a smart content creator would film all of them, Wave 2, 3, 4, and 5, because I have them all, and then just release them week over week. I'm not that smart. I would rather film them all and release them 2 a week until they're done, because then Wave 6 will arrive, and I want to film that and strike while the iron's hot on those, and I don't feel like, I don't know. I know I'm whining, content creator problems. I shouldn't be so glum about it. Like, I'm in a good position. I really am, to actually have the figures, be able to find them, and have the options, and have the support of people like you that'll watch and enjoy it. So I like to think out loud in these informal ones. Like, you guys are getting a bit of a. If you're not a member of the Patreon, like, this is the kind of thing I talk about. I talk about my mindset, where I'm at, what I'm thinking of doing, because there's a lot of stuff that none of you know about. Stuff that has been inferred or I've talked about, but like you don't understand like what I could do with that stuff, some of it, and do some cool things. Yes, first world problems. James Salzberg says, "I'm considering buying the new Robo Skull in 6-inch. If I do, can I send it to you for review on your site?" I'm not opposed to reviewing stuff that people send, but that Robo Skull, I would probably get eviscerated for what I probably have to say about it. Because I would probably talk just as much about the fact that their marketing sucks, and that I don't see any official word from Bob Breakin on it, and it just the whole seems shady to me. And again, I hope I'm wrong. I want it to be a legit thing. I know a lot of people are going to get a big kick out of this, and based on something that Bobby Valla said in passing over the weekend during a live stream, there might be some legitimacy coming to that. I don't know. And if it does, if this becomes something where everything's legit, it's all above board, they just suck at marketing, then it'd be 100% yes. I would have no problem reviewing it. I'm just really worried about that Kickstarter personally. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I've been burned before on Kickstarters of other things, so I'm gun shy on that stuff most of the time. And Bjorn Jorgensen, who was the first person to bring this up to me, said, "Yeah, their marketing team needs to step it up." So from day one, he can confirm. I'm just like, I don't like this. This doesn't look right. When you're talking about Bob Breakin, and he has nothing to say on the subject publicly, as far as we can tell, that bothers me a little bit. You have a vintage one? Oh, those are so good. Dude, what don't you have? Like, he showed me pictures of like his storage. And he has like this gigantic storage area with boxes, floor to ceiling. It looks like the cardboard equivalent of the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's insane. It's insane. I am trying to get to that level, but with plastic bins because I like plastic bins. Um, for those of you that store toys, do you bag everything individually and then put them inside of a box or a bin or whatever? Because I'm really like, I'm all about that bag life. Bag everything. So the things stay together, stays dust free. I like the bins because it can help with the dust if you pack them right, sort of a thing. That's where I'm at. Next 15 for I got you. They had some comic book men stuff say something about at the con. What con? What comic book men? Like the comic book men from the show, or comic book people? Like, you got to be more specific here. Old man brain. Old man brain. Was a carry case guy, but now a bag and bin. There you go. From the master himself, James Salzberg. There you go. And I made that promise to myself early on that I would bag everything, and so far, so good. Um, Yesterday, I had an unboxing. It was massive, absolutely massive. Um, and it's Patreon exclusive, so I can't really tell you about it. Um, but it was freaking exciting. If you want to know what it is, you got to go to Patreon until I do a video on it, which will be probably sometime in December. I'll do a video on it. But if you can't wait and you just want to see me unboxing the stuff, head over to Patreon. No, no, man. No, you don't apologize for that trash at all. No, don't apologize. It's good shit. Gerard, nice to see you, man. It's good to see you. We said I bought a bunch of those 3.75-inch clamshells. Wish I hadn't gotten so many. Switched to bags and a lot happier with the storage. Clams are good for some fragile figures. Yep, I think those have their place. And I like the fact that with bagging, you have more versatility. You can get like an 11-inch bag, and you can use it for anything. Because those are easy to store. They're relatively inexpensive, and they're versatile. So that's why I went that route. I'm glad that I was right. I made a big assumption when I bought those bags. It worked out quite well for me, and thank Godzilla. Daniel would only bag certain figures in storage. Okay. What's the criteria? Like, what is something you would not bag? Weird, fantastic toy adventures. Hello to you too. Bjorn's been bagging up a bunch of wrestlers and some Black Series figures. Cool. I would join Patreon, but all on a budget. The cash I can get. Yeah, I totally get that. Trust me, I totally get that. Yeah, it's not meant to be like, hey, you go join the Patreon. It's just one of those things where I just did a live unboxing of it yesterday. It's barely 24 hours old. I would feel horrible to just be like, hey, look at this. Like, that's not fair. Sandwich bag versus freezer bag. I do archival quality acid-free bags. When stuff arrives to me in sandwich bags, I eventually rebag them in those. I have a bunch of bags just in case, what I would call just in case bags. But for my own personal storage, I gotta go with the nice stuff. And yes, James Salzberg. In the end, there's less space taken up if you bag them. Absolutely. Plus, you get to keep accessories together. Um, it's easier to see what's in there. You don't feel weird digging through stuff. I like it a lot better. I like it a lot better. Have I thought about doing a $1 tier like a week behind? It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Like the reason that I went the route that I did, the experiment was just to make sure that the people that came on, one, really wanted to support. The other reason that it starts at $5 is because YouTube membership is $5, Twitch is $5. I do have the monetization on Twitch, and the idea was we'll come over here instead of Twitch. So I was trying to keep parity, but I think there's merit in doing something else. I'd have to think about like what that would look like. Because I like that now I can just go everything. Everyone gets everything at this point. Kieran Ball, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you very much. Take care. Connor Force says bittersweet conversation. About to pack up my office and hand it over to my eldest for a bedroom. Oh, oh, that's rough, dude. I get it. It's awesome that they're growing and everything's going cool and stuff. But I get it. I get it. James also says for me $5 is fine. So this is my TV cost. There you go. That works out well. I mean, I don't like gatekeeping. Like I don't enjoy that. So it's something where I think on a long enough timeline, what will happen is I will revert back to what most people do, which is Patreon exclusive windows, and stuff will eventually come out. But the stuff that's exclusive now, like the live streams and stuff like that, I could easily make public for people at some point. But I will say that ours is a little bit different, a lot more conversational. I think that there's other Patreons that are very conversational as well. But I go a little bit further, I think. I just want like you guys to know what the hell's going on and stuff like that. But honestly, anyways, I would bag vintage toys. They have lots of accessories, vintage TMH, GG1, Transformers, etc. Like, okay, I got you. It's like little plastic boxes. I get you. So it's a difference depending upon what it is. That makes sense. And convenience is definitely king as well. No worries. I got you. No, I know how it goes with the cracked screen. Guys, like I said, I didn't want to be on for very long because you did get the premiere. So I'm talking in circles at this point, and I have a couple things I got to do. So I'm going to go. But I will see you Wednesday night for a full-fledged live stream with Carl, a.k.a. Gojatron. We're going to talk Godzilla and pop culture and toys. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for supporting the videos. If you know anyone that might like them, share them with a friend. It helps. But I love all of you. You are the best. I will see you soon. Take care.